news coming to our news desk is that Bwana Raila Amolo Odinga and his loyal soldiers have been summoned by President William Ruto to the Statehouse for an urgent meeting. And this is happening immediately a few hours after President William Ruto, through the orders that, through the powers confined upon him, appointed about several permanent secretaries, PSs, the first contingent of PSs that includes the ODM party under the broad-based government. Now, the current meeting that is currently being chaired by President William Ruto at the State House, Nairobi, is a meeting that will determine how the broad-based government is going to work moving forward. Why am I saying this? Raila Amolo Odinga has been pictured with his cabinet as secretaries. I call them his cabinet secretaries because these cabinet secretaries are the first beneficiaries of the broad-based government between President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga last year after the Gen Z demonstration. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, together with Wycliffe Oparanya, Ali Hassan Joho, CS John Mbadi, and Opiyo Wandayi together met with Raila Amolo Odinga before this meeting that was called to the State House, where they have followed Raila Amolo Odinga to the State House, by the way. And at the meeting in the State House, which Raila Amolo Odinga is currently in, Raila Amolo Odinga is expected by President William Ruto to discuss the way forward in terms of power sharing in regards to the cabinet of the Republic of Kenya. Raila Amolo Odinga asked for more 5 seats in the cabinet and also some reshuffle here and there for the cabinet that will be working with William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga to be effective in the matters of delivering to the people of the Republic of Kenya. As we all know, though Raila Amolo Odinga has been involved in different handshakes, under these handshakes, the governments that he has been in, they tended to be successful in a way, and they served the purpose of the people of the Republic of Kenya. Though many people have bashed him currently due to his affiliation to President William Ruto at this very early age, because they believed that Raila Amolo Odinga was supposed to be on the people's side and not on President William Ruto's side. Now, come to speak about the names that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to take there, and even some members that are currently following him there. We shall start with the most common name that Raila Amolo Odinga is fronting to President William Ruto under the current coalition of the broad-based government. Kulingana na taarifa ambazo tunazipokea, and in regards even to the yesterday meeting where Raila Amolo Odinga held an iftar dinner in Upper Hill, one Raphael Tuju, the former cabinet secretary and also the former Jubilee Party Secretary General, was present yesterday attending the iftar dinner that was called by Raila Amolo Odinga, which comprised of all the Muslims leaders in the ODM that came together with Raila Amolo Odinga to share dinner. Now, Raphael Tuju, according to the intel we have, he is expected to hold a new office and a new docket in cabinet that will be created by President William Ruto. Now, these names are expected to either be named tomorrow or by Monday, tomorrow on Friday, or by Saturday this week, or if it goes so behold this week, it must be on Saturday or on Monday. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, in different speeches, you have heard him advocating of devolution. He has been saying that devolution should be brought back in this government, where devolution is the key in making the constitution of the Republic of Kenya, or the 2010 constitution, work. So a new docket is going to be formed, and the docket is devolution. Why are they going to give Raphael Tuju this docket? Raila Amolo Odinga is grooming Raphael Tuju to become the ODM candidate that will vie for the Nairobi gubernatorial seat in the year 2027. Now, apart from that, Raphael Tuju under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta handshake government with Raila Amolo Odinga, he was a very effective member who made sure that everything within Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's circle ran smoothly. And also apart from that, when he served as a member of parliament of Rarienda, he is one of the most competent members of parliament who have ever served in the Nyanza region, Raphael Tuju. So Raila Amolo Odinga thinks that Raphael Tuju will be very effective serving under the docket of devolution. Now, Raphael Tuju is the first name. The second name is Peter Munya. Peter Munya is supposed to occupy the docket that he served under while he was serving in the former regime of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, because Peter Munya was the cabinet secretary of agriculture. Now, currently, the docket of agriculture is held by one Mutai Kagwe. Now, what is going to happen is, remember the incompetent cabinet secretary of health, who many have said that she doesn't know what she is doing in that docket of health. Raila Amolo Odinga has proposed a reshuffle in that docket, where Mutai Kagwe is supposed to be moved from the docket of agriculture to the docket of health. Remember, Mutai Kagwe served very effectively in the docket of health during the COVID-19 pandemic under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's regime. And after Mutai Kagwe leaves the docket of agriculture, Peter Munya, who is the former cabinet secretary of agriculture and former first Meru governor, is supposed to take over that place. Now, what about Deborah Mulongo, the current cabinet secretary of health? She will be kicked out or will be demoted to a permanent secretary position under the Ruto's government. Are we together? Apart from that, we put the name of Peter Munya aside. This is the second name in Raila Amolo Odinga's cards. The third name that is being brought in and that is being considered to be in this cabinet is Bwire. He is the current national treasurer of ODM party, and he comes from Kisii County. So for Raila Amolo Odinga to make sure that the Aba Gusii community doesn't continue becoming hostile for him as it was a few days ago, he has decided to absorb their son in a cabinet secretary slot. Now, the cabinet secretary slot that is said to either be occupied by this man might either be the docket of sport, which is currently held by Salim Vuria. So Salim Vuria might step down or be given another role to serve, where Bwire will come in as the cabinet secretary of sport. Remember, sport and the Ministry of Sport, Arts and whatever has become a ministry that is not working, because we all see everything that is happening in our sport and entertainment sector in the country. So this man is supposed, is it Bwire or Bosire? I really don't know their name that perfectly, but I know in regards to the intel that I have received who are supposed to be there. Now, this Bosire or Bwire guy is supposed to take up the Ministry of Sport. Remember, Raila Amolo Odinga is a lover of sport, and he is a fan of sport, and he is mostly engaged with youth. Another docket that Raila Amolo Odinga will be taking is the docket of housing. Now, this docket is held by the current cabinet secretary of CS Alice Wahome, who was the member of parliament of Kandara. Currently, she comes from the Mount Kenya region, and she is supposed now to hand over this docket of housing to Raila Amolo Odinga's cabinet secretary. Now, the name that will be fronted here, we have intel that contradicts here, because we are receiving something that we don't think that maybe the guy will agree to this. But you all know Raila Amolo Odinga loves Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna is a person that has currently criticized the housing project, or the how should I put it, the affordable housing project. So currently, Raila Amolo Odinga also said that those deductions that are being done are not they are so much and they are not supposed to be that way. So he wants to be the one that will hold that docket so that he will oversee it. Are we together? Apart from Sifuna, there is nobody else that can take up that role. But when it comes to Sifuna being an open critic of the government of President William Ruto, you all agree with me that Raila Amolo Odinga is not ready to let Sifuna go. Sifuna is the current senator of Nairobi, and he has a growing portfolio in terms of career. So will Sifuna agree to this? That is the question. Will Sifuna agree to step down as the Senate of Nairobi and a champion of the rights of the people of the Republic of Kenya to serve as the cabinet secretary of housing under the broad-based government? Now, that is a matter of let's wait and see. Sorry for that. Now, the other name that we are hearing might be coming in is the name of one former Meru governor, Kiraito Morongi. Kiraito Morongi was an ally of Raila Amolo Odinga for a very long time. Now, we are being told that Kiraito Morongi might be taking up the role of being the cabinet secretary of water and sanitation, which is a docket that is currently held by engineer Eric Mureithi Moga, who is from Meru also and a beneficiary of the Gen Z demonstration. Now, those are the 5 names that we currently have, and those are the names that are sent to be considered to take up the dockets that Raila Amolo Odinga will be offered. Now, when it comes to other dockets like the docket of public service that Justin Muturi is leaving, Raila Amolo Odinga will take up that docket and he will combine it or merge it with his role as the Prime Cabinet Secretary or the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. Now, that is the way forward, and that's how the cards are being played. And that is the current discussion that is going on in the Statehouse. And another thing, Raila Amolo Odinga was given a disclaimer by President William Ruto. There are dockets that he shouldn't ask for. The docket of interior security and the docket of transport, which are held by William Ruto's most loyal soldiers, that is Kipchumba Murkomen and Davis Chirchir. But Raila Amolo Odinga's person, Eliud Walo, is the permanent secretary of interior, so he has a footing in that too. Now, if Raila Amolo Odinga get these five CSs and the 4 that he has, Akina Bandi, Akina Oparanya, Wandai, and Ali Hassan Joho, it means that Raila Amolo Odinga will be equal, will even have more power than the president. But the president wants that to happen, so he must make it happen. Tell me what you think about this analysis. Leave your comment on the comment section. I will do as much as possible to read them and to reply to the few that I can. Hii ni Mogambo TV. My good name is FK Mwenda.